friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Liz and I'm so glad and so excited that you guys are here today spending some time with me. So in today's video, I am really excited because I feel like I've been seeing these kinds of videos everywhere. Thanks. We're gonna have to do that again because somebody wanted some attention. In today's video, we are going to do a kind of monthly reset and do some August goals. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of these videos recently where people kind of go through and set some goals and kind of intentions for the upcoming month. And so we just actually moved to a new house in a new state, and so I figured it's been a little bit over a week now, so I think going into the new month it'll be really nice to kind of have these goals in mind so that time doesn't just kind of fly by without us really taking in the new scenery and the new location and everything. So we're gonna get to that in a minute, but first I wanted to make a nice drink to sip while we make these goals together. So my body is telling me I've already had enough caffeine for the morning, so I think we're just gonna do some warm lemon water or tea or something, but let's get that. Let's get this little guy the attention he deserves, and then we'll get started on our monthly goals. Our warm, cozy beverage over here. We have an entire cup of pens and some markers and a little bit of this cute like washi tape. And then we also have a planner, a regular notebook, a notepad. This is my first time, if it's not abundantly clear already, doing this kind of monthly reset type of, I don't know, thing. So I really don't know how exactly I want to format it, so I made sure that we have lots of options just to get our bases covered, but I am really excited to kind of set these goals and intentions for August, which, how crazy is it that it's already August? I truly feel like this entire year has just flown by, so I really want to make sure that we really soak up the last full month of officially summer and everything to come with it. So very excited to set these goals, so let's get to it. Banks is down here, he's probably gonna, there he is. We have our goals laid out for the month here and I'm really excited. I think they're going to be really good, and I was going to change locations to kind of switch up the scenery here for you guys, but then somebody decided to plop it on my lap and I am now legally required to sit here until he moves first. So we're staying here, but here are my goals. I will post these in like a photo right over here as well. So I broke them down into 4 categories. We have health and wellness, professional, personal, and financial. So let's start with health and wellness. This is the category where I feel like I need to really hold myself accountable and be realistic while I'm making these goals, because I can really probably run wild with this category of goals, but it's important to set goals and intentions that are kind of more realistic. So I only made 3 for the month. Number 1 is daily workouts and movement. So something as simple as a 20-30 minute walk through our neighborhood, or an Orange Theory workout, or anywhere in between there. I think just getting like a little bit of daily movement in every day is gonna be really great for my overall health and well-being. Number 2, I have home cooked dinners 4 times a week. So this one I feel like could actually go into a few different categories, one of those being financial, but the purpose is that I'm thinking of doing this for is definitely more for health. So that is something that I'd like to do at least 4 times a week. And number 3 is a little bit more practical, just find doctors to go to. So as I mentioned, we just moved down here, so I need to find new doctors to go to. So that is definitely a very important thing on my to-do list here. Okay, the second category we have professional. So I am counting kind of YouTube and generally my dream of social media on the professional front here. So number 1, I have post 2 times a week on YouTube, which I was really great about doing for a little while, and then I kind of wasn't sure if I was really into the kind of content that I was posting and the niche that I was getting into. So I stopped posting for a little while, but now that we are here, the move is done, we are generally unpacked, I feel like there's no better time than the present than to just really dive into it, because it really has been something that I wanted to do for years now. So if not now, when? So that is definitely number 1 on my list there. Number 2 is to kind of figure out branding and be consistent with it. So with the YouTube, I feel like I've kind of been struggling to figure out not only really like my niche and content, but also the branding there. So that is something that I have on my list to kind of figure out this month. And then 3 is I'm interested in kind of expanding from YouTube and also posting on TikTok. So post once per week on TikTok, which I think is so reasonable and easy to do, right? Like I'm not trying to post every day, it's just once a week. So those are my 3 goals under professional for the month. Okay, next we have personal. So I actually have 5 goals under personal. This one was also, I was shocked that I had so many, but number 1 is to have a morning routine. I love the idea of a morning routine, but in practice it can be really difficult to stick to, especially because like some mornings we'll go for a walk. This morning we went to go get, we've been joking since we got here, it's only been a week and a half, but we've been doing take your wife out to breakfast Tuesdays. So this morning we got up and like we went to Dunkin' and then we went to the beach. So still being able to keep that kind of flexibility in the morning, but also having a routine or somewhat of a schedule to stick to. I do want to include a little bit of journaling or some sort of kind of like looking at my planner for the day or intention setting for the day, just to kind of go into the day with a purpose, if that makes sense. So have a morning routine is number 1 on my personal list. Number 2, make a cleaning schedule. So we do have this beautiful new house and I want to keep it beautiful. So I definitely want to make sure that I stay on top of keeping it nice and clean and organized, tidy, all of the above. So I'd like to kind of find like a schedule to stick to with cleaning so that nothing goes, you know, overlooked. Number 3, I have read 1 book per month, and again, I kept it at 1 book. I think this is super reasonable, very realistic to hit. We actually just got Kindles and life-changing. It really is so good. I never thought I would be excited about a Kindle, but I love it. Like, cannot sing its praises enough. So 1 book per month I think is totally doable, especially because we are able to grab our Kindles, go to the pool, go to the beach, or read before bed. So that's another goal that I have. I want to get better about reading more regularly and consistently. So starting at 1 book a month here. Okay, next I have to make a new friend, which sounds kind of funny to say, but we did just move and we don't actually know anybody here. So I want to try to be a little bit more outgoing and social whenever we go out, and the community here does have like a lot of events. So I think it's going to be really easy to meet people. So hopefully at some point over the next month, I'll be able to say that I have made a new friend. Okay, and 5th and final goal under personal here is to adventure more throughout the day. Even if I don't really have a lot to do per se, I don't know what it is. I just like feel like I need to have a reason to go out and do something. But being in a new area, I really want to make sure that I do kind of get out and adventure more, whether that's trying a new coffee shop or driving to like a local nursery and checking it out, or the farmer's market. But I just want to make sure I'm getting out and just like fully experiencing and taking advantage of everything we have down here now that it's just totally new. So I'm super excited to kind of incorporate that more into my days. Okay, and then the final category that we have is financial. I only have 1 goal in financial right now, and that is just to kind of start to be more aware and pay attention to my spending habits. So that's just kind of something that I want to keep in mind moving into this next month. Okay, so now as far as actually being on top of sticking to routines that will help me hit these goals, I have my daily planner here. I just picked this up from, I think it was Barnes & Noble, but I thought it was super cute, all the little oranges and everything, especially since the Florida license plate has an orange on it. I don't know, I thought it was really cute. So I have this and it starts in August, so I haven't been able to really use it yet. So I want to kind of go through the goals that I made, and where I have something that I want to do weekly or daily, I want to just kind of go into the planner and put a little like checkbox or a little note or something, so that whenever I look at my planner every day, which is something that I want to get better about doing, but whenever I look at it every day, I'll be able to remember that, oh, I want to get daily movement in, or what am I going to post on YouTube this week, or, you know, what adventure did I go on this week, or something like that. So I'm going to go through this now and kind of write those in and then check back in. Okay, so we have our goals made. I went through my planner and I added in just little kind of reminders or check boxes where throughout the week I can kind of check in either every day or once a week to make sure that I'm kind of keeping up with the habits and routines that will help me hit those goals. So for example, here is 1 week. Let me put this on the ground and like show it to you guys that way. Might be easier. Okay, so this is what a week in my planner now looks like. So these pink post-it notes are the YouTube videos that I have planned and the days that I plan on posting them. I put them on these post-it notes because I might change my mind either on like the idea itself or like what day. Probably not what day, but hopefully at this point I have them pretty much all figured out. Anyway. So I have those on the days that I plan on posting, and then every day I have a little checkbox that says daily movement. On Tuesdays, I have a little checkbox for a post on TikTok. I did a very quick Google search and apparently Tuesdays are a good day to post on TikTok, so I have that there. And again, every day, little daily movement. On the weekends, it's probably gonna be a little bit more honor system because I don't know if I'll actually be checking in on my planner every weekend. But then at the top here, I have home cooked dinners with 4 little stars, and I figured I could just go through and highlight each star every time I make a home cooked dinner. And then weekly adventure, I can just like fill that in here and write like went to the farmer's market or like tried a new coffee shop or something like that. And then down here, I like this planner because it has this kind of like these month looks where you can kind of, it probably makes it easier for like planning. But I wanted to be able to just like very quickly at a glance see like what week we're at and like where in the month. So I just kind of put a little box around the week that we're in. So that is what every week on my planner looks like for the month of August. Okay, so hopefully between the list of goals themselves and then everything in my planner, from the daily checklists to the kind of weekly check-ins that I'm planning on doing, hopefully, we'll be able to actually hit most, if not all, of these August goals. So I would love to know if you guys are setting any kind of monthly goals for yourselves or doing any sort of like monthly resets like all these videos are showing, or I'd love to know what some of your August goals are. Honestly, I think that seeing other people's goals can sometimes be really motivating and also inspiring. So if you feel comfortable, please drop those in a comment down below and share your August goals with us. And otherwise, I hope you guys really enjoyed watching today's video, and if you did enjoy watching it or you found it helpful at all, please give it a big thumbs up down below to like the video, and also make sure you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss out on future videos. I plan on posting per my August goals twice a week every week, so make sure you stick around, and I hope to see you next time.